Hello again and welcome to Tommy Travers' football predictions. I'm going to do predictions now on four matches on the weekend, the quarterfinals. They're all on in Croke Park next Saturday and Sunday. So the first match I'm going to do is Kerry against Armagh. And these matches now, four matches, I know I'm always saying this when I'm doing these predictions, they're very hard matches to call, but these definitely are hard matches to call. Now, all the teams that's in these matches, you probably would have expected them to be there, you know what I mean? In fairness to all the teams. Maybe there's Need mightn't have been expected to be there, but fair play to them, they are there after getting beaten in the Leinster final. They've done very well to get there, so they're there as well. So anyway, first one I'm going to do is Kerry against Armagh. Now, Kerry and Armagh met last year in the semi-final, and Armagh beat Kerry. And I'd say now down in Kerry, they're very sore about that, and they want to get revenge. Now, Kerry are not really playing that well this year. You know, they're having a few tight scrapes. Like Mead beat them, but they still got through. They're still into the quarterfinals. You know what I mean? They're through. So once they're in it, like still in it, they've a chance of winning it. Then anyone that's here now at this stage goes without saying that, you know, because that's ridiculous saying that, because once you're in it, you've a chance to win it. So anyway, they definitely will be trying to get revenge on Armagh. But Kieran McGeeney is with Armagh still. He's after winning the All Ireland last year. Great win for him with Armagh. Great win for Armagh. So they're trying to do two in a row. Now Kieran Donaghy, who was a great player with Kerry, is helping Kieran McGeeney. And he has a few other people naturally enough with him as well. But they do seem to be doing a very good job with Armagh. Now, Armagh, they were beaten in the Ulster final by Donegal, and they lost one of their other matches as well. But yeah, they lost to Galway. Now Galway sort of had to win the match because they were after losing to Dublin. But in this match anyway, I'm going to chance that Armagh is going to win it. Now it's going to be a very tight match, definitely I think. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to chance Armagh. I have to make this one team. I have to pick one team or the other. So I'm going for Armagh there and that one. Armagh to win that. Get into the semi-final. Then have Dublin against Tyrone. This is another very hard match. There's always very tough matches when Tyrone meet Dublin. They're very competitive matches altogether. And there's four teams now from Donegal still in this quarterfinals, which is a great achievement for them as well. In this match now, Dublin is naturally enough a home venue, but Tyrone have a lot of supporters down for this match to get good following when it comes to this time of the year, you know. So definitely they had great tussles over the years. I remember league matches and everything up in Tyrone were very tough. They're always very tough matches. Any team against a northern team now at the moment is a hard match to win, you know. So Tyrone also won the All Ireland. I think it was in 21. They beat Mayo in the final after Mayo beating Dublin when Dublin were going for 7 in a row, and Tyrone beat Mayo. I went for Mayo at that time to win it. But anyway, I'm going to chance Tyrone in this match. Tyrone to win this match. Then we have Donegal against Monaghan. Now Donegal are after having a few tight scrapes as well. They lost the match to Tyrone at home actually, and they weren't expected to lose that match. But they came back and they're after pulling, they got through. So They're playing Monaghan. Monaghan done very well now. They beat down there the other day. And they got sort of straight through into the quarter final. Donegal had an extra match to play, so they have a week off. Now they're saying, will this be a help to Monaghan? Will it be a disadvantage to Donegal because of the 3 matches in a row and all this? But look, it's very hard to know. Sometimes you're nearly better off playing every weekend. Then you don't really have to train. Although I know Jim McGuinness is doing, I'd say, massive training with Donegal. But look, if they're not fit now at this stage of the year, they're not going to get fit. And they are fit. That's a certainty. With the way they demolished Louth in the second half yesterday, it was tight up the half time, a bit into the second half. Then they just demolished Louth, So on this anyway, I'm going to go for Donegal. I think Donegal and just shade this one. Now it's going to be a very tight match. The northern teams against one another, always very tight. As far as I know, when they met the championship this year, there was only 2 points in it. Monaghan are there or thereabouts all the time, but they just can't get over the line to win the All-Ireland. But they're still a very good side, and they're very competitive. They're very hard to beat. But look, I'm going to chance Donegal in that. I'm going to Donegal for that one. Now, the last match I'm going to do is Meath against Galway. Now, Meath are after doing great to get to this stage after losing the Leinster final to Louth, and they were in a hard enough group, and they beat Kerry and they beat Dublin in the Leinster Championship. And the gas thing about it is, after beating those 2 teams, they still have nothing won. So it's tough on Meath in one way, after beating those 2 teams, and say that you've actually nothing won. But that's the way it is. Now, Galway got a bit of a shocker because Dublin beat them down there in the first competitive match in this playoff situation. And they were under dreadful pressure then because they're in a hard group. But they played Derry and then they played Tyrone. And they're after coming through it. So, I think I'm going to go with Galway. Now, they're after having after losing to Dublin, they had 2 dreadful hard matches. Definitely very, very hard matches. And they're after coming through them. They beat Derry and they beat this weekend gone out. They're after beating after a heavy struggle to beat Down. That's right, sorry about that. It was Down to beat. Down really put it up to them. It seemed like, now I only seen the highlights, but it seemed a very open game. There was a lot of goals in it, a lot of scores in it. Shane Walsh doing great for Galway and the rest of the team as well. Like, it wasn't only him, but he got one great goal. Now I don't know what the position is with Comer. Wasn't playing at all, so I don't know whether he'll be back at all or not. Whether he has the injury, must be after recording again when he's not even on the bench. Now I don't know. Maybe they will have him for this week. So anyway, I'm going to go for Galway to beat Meath in that. Just barely pipped them. Okay, Chinna will. Thank you.